Quiet. Yep. Because I need to focus. Typically, if I'm around the airport, I need to focus. And I can't answer questions. And I'm going to be talking quite a bit. I'm going to be making no sense at times. So that's just, we call it a sterile cockpit. And it keeps me focused on what I'm trying to do. And you just watch and observe. And then, do you have any questions about any of that?
Not really. I think that Seppo's plane looks cooler in person.
Alright, we're gonna look around, make sure nobody's behind us. It appears that we are good. We'll get this guy going.
What is that doing?
That's the altimeter. Clear! Now we're going to slow down here. Take a pause while we look and make sure nobody's coming around the corner. Don't see anybody, so I'm going to pull back on this, give it a little bit of gas, make this turn. And then I like to be able to see where we're going. I'm going to pause right there.
Which direction are we going to be going?
We're going to take off this way. See the flags or windsocks are pointing towards us?
Going into the
We're
wind?
going to go into the wind, correct. All right, so now what we're going to do is called a run-up. So fuel set to both, cow flaps are open, we're trimmed for takeoff. We go mixture full ridge, props full forward. We're going to bring this up to 1700. Right about there. We're going to go 2 clicks, 2 clicks. Drop off about 100. Back to both. 1 click. Drop of about 100. Back to both. Okay. Now we're looking at our manifold pressure and our RPM. So we're going to see, we're going to look outside and see if we see any oil first. So we're going to bring that back. We're looking for oil splattered on the windshield, on the ground somewhere. We don't see any of that, do we?
Nope.
Okay, we're going to watch this one go up and this one go down. Come down, go up. Both of those are working. Then we're going to watch our oil pressure. We want to see a slight dip in the oil pressure. There's a slight dip in the oil pressure. Okay, carb temp, that's looking good for now. Then we got plenty of suction. Our amps are good. Our oil temperature's coming up. Then we're going to check our carb heat. This is going to climb up pretty quickly. That's good. We see about a 50 drop. Then we're going to idle.
Runway 07 to the northwest. Growth.
So there's idle. Carb heat's really coming up. Push that back in. That's sticking. Shouldn't be. Alright. So that's our run up. Next we need to check our flight controls. So we're going to go full left, full right, full forward, full back. Full left, full back, full forward, full right. We're clear. Actually, why don't you, can you slide forward just a little bit more?
We have
Okay.
side.
There you go. Alright, we're going to watch them take off, just see how they do. Not sure why they're not going full power.
Camus 5 Tango's on runway 7, taxiing to midfield for an aborted takeoff. Camus.
Okay. So, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to see a little TX pop up. TX.
Barry will turn right up here so that you can head down to runway 7.
Cheers, thank you.
What are they doing?
They're going to get off and then turn right. I don't know what's going on with their plane, but they had some sort of issue. Alright, so lights come on because we're crossing the runway. I'm going to wait for them to clear out before I start charge across. There's nobody in the traffic pattern. At least I didn't hear anybody. They're clear of the runway. Grove traffic, Skyline 362 Papa Charlie crossing 7 on the ground. Grove. Grove traffic, 2 Papa Charlie clear, 7, Grove. Alright, so then we can take our lights off.
Do we want our lights on when we're up in the air?
Some of them. So because the wind is coming from behind us, I'm diving away from it. So that's why the ailerons are the way they are. Because I don't want the winds to pick me up.
Yep.
Alright, so this is Grove Field. I don't know if Josh went through this with you yesterday, but it's 2,700 feet long. There's an airport or an airplane on base right there. I'm not sure if they're coming in or they're going over to Troutdale.
Can you see them on your map?
I do, they're right there.
The green little arrow?
Yep. The runway is 2,700 feet long. Our abort point, if we have any problems, is the midfield taxiway that we just crossed over. If I feel anything's wrong before we hit rotation speed, I'm going to pull power and come to a stop on the runway.
All right.
Our rotation speed is 60. At 60, I will lift off and we'll fly off to the right to avoid the trailer park that's down there.
Okay.
Let's see. If there's an emergency, I will kind of just let you know what's going on and give you kind of a heads up as to what's going to happen. But if there's any issues, we're just going to look for a place to land on the other side, and it's probably going to be a field that might not be all that fun.
All right.
We will be landing, but it will most likely be a hard landing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do fuel set to both, trim for takeoff. Mixture is full rich. We're going 20 degrees of flaps, props full forward. All our lights coming back on. Tip lights, switches are in. We are taking off on 7. We're set to the runway altitude. We're squawking 1200. The flaps are at 20. Props high, mixture's best power, carb heat's off. Pitot, transponder, heading bug, doors and windows. Doors and windows, yours is locked. Landing light, strobes, everything is on. And I've given you the abort plan. Okay. Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie departing 7, straight out to the east, Grove. All right, here we go. Heels to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Oil temperature and pressure in the green. Power is set to 2600. Airspeed is alive. Got a little bit of crosswind. There's 60. We're going to rotate out. We're going to fly over. Look at that view.
Is that Mount Hood?
That's Mount Hood. Okay, we're looking for 80. Positive rate, first notch flaps can come up. That'll give us a bunch more speed.
Grove traffic, Skyhawk 7353 Tango, departing runway 07 to northwest.
Second notch of flaps. We're looking for 90 now. Our power's going to come back to 23, 2450. 2450. And we'll just fly out over the river.
All right.
That wasn't too bad, was it?
Who was that? It was very smooth.
Grove traffic, passing Quebec, crossing 7 midfield, Grove.
All right, we're just going to stay on this radio the whole way down the gorge.
All right. How far away is Mount Hood?
I think it's like 70 miles. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of bumps there.
Traffic in 653 around
40 miles
southwest to the airport.
All right.
3,300 descending. Grove traffic, Icon 7 Bravo Alpha, departing 07, staying in the pattern. Alpha 5, Grove to the south and enter the 45 left downwind runway 25.
All right. We're just going to keep climbing out.
Right downwind departure runway 14.
We're at a good
departure with them.
2450, 23 inches of manifold pressure. Engine's looking good. I'm going to leave all our headlights on and tip lights just so that we're visible. You can see Troutdale Airport over there, the big long building.
Yep.
Okay. I think once we get over these hills here, we'll level off at like 2,500 and see how it is. If it's bad, then we'll climb up over that.
All right.
Traffic down the gorge looks actually pretty clean.
Grove traffic, sailing 2453, Quebec, taking off runway 7, straight out departure to the east. Grove.
Everything's good. Oil pressure, oil temperature, outside temperature. I'm going to bring on the autopilot.
Grove traffic,
Is this a
Icon
plane?
7 Bravo Alpha, turning cross
Say
wind
that again?
07
Is that a plane?
Grove.
No, that's north. That's a a fixed marker for when you're landing either at PDX, so it's just an identifier point for air travel.
All right.
Grove traffic, Icon 7 Bravo Alpha, downwind 07 Grove.
Get a little bit of rudder trim in so that we're not flying sideways. Got a big lift there. Look how fast we were going up. Now we're going back down to 500. So there's some thermals back here that are kind of bringing us up and down.
Salem traffic, Apache 1334 Papa's on the 45, left downwind runway 25, Salem.
I think we'll climb up to about 3,500. Just to give ourselves a little bit of extra space here. So that's Mount Adams. And then you can't see Mount St. Helens right now, but
I thought that was Mount St. Helens right there.
no, that's Mount Adams. So you're looking at this guy here, Mount Adams.
All right.
Grove traffic, Icon 7 Bravo Alpha, base 07 Grove. Well, traffic Cessna 89653, 2 mile west of the airport. We're going to enter right down in runway 14. Traffic, helicopter 40 Sierra, 2 miles to the north of Woodland at 2,000 feet with a northbound heading will remain west of the I-5 Woodland.
So this river over here on my side
Icon 7 Bravo
is the
Alpha,
Washougal River.
07 Grove.
I'll tip the wing that way so you can see.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. This is the border.
Correct. Yeah, let's see if we can find Alamir Falls. It's going to be on your side. We're at 3,000 feet. Keep that climb coming up just a little bit more. Actually, we'll level off here.
Traffic is 853 entering right down in runway 14 with a Tango Woodland.
Let's see. There's a couple of planes out on the gorge.
Salem traffic, Apache 34 Papa, turning left base, runway 25, Salem.
Gorge traffic. Skyline 362 Papa Charlie, 3,000, about 2 miles west of Alamir Falls, crossing over to Oregon side of the river. Gorge traffic. You can take photos, do whatever you want.
Salem traffic, Apache 3.
The river's a lot wider than I thought.
Okay.
It's about a mile wide.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll bring this back to 23. We'll lean this out a little bit.
653, turning base, runway 14.
So try and get that down to about 12, and we'll close these up. Woo! There's a little bumpy.
I'm surprised there's snow up here.
Why?
I don't know. Just how there's no snow anywhere else, but then there's just a light sprinkling on the hilltops over here.
So we're at 13. We'll bring that back a little bit more.
So if you twist them, they go back slightly, but you can pull and push them as
Correct.
well.
Yep. So you should see Alamir Falls right below you.
Yeah, but there isn't really anything there. Oh, there we go.
Grove traffic 7274 Golf, a Green Bean Mountain. Runway 7.
Okay.
We went down there one time, right?
We did.
Grove.
All right. So we're going to use our heading bug to turn on the autopilot. And then I'm going to put in an out hold because I don't want to climb anymore. And now I can go hands-free.
Nice.
So if I want to turn a little bit to the left, I just kind of bump this over to the left a little bit.
Does it do the...
It's doing everything for me. Yep.
Welcome back, entering right base 35.
So, where is Alamere Falls? We passed it. It's a little further back. Okay.
Go Heat traffic, Cessna 13461 is entering 45 to runway 33.
Alright, so why don't we climb up a little bit?
Grove traffic 1880, Mayfield taxi.
We'll turn off
Grove
altitude.
traffic 74 Gulf is base
Heading.
07 Grove.
I'm actually gonna cancel that. It's fine.
183
I'm gonna climb up out of this. It's gonna get pretty bumpy if I stay down inside here or there. Now you can see Mount St. Helens. Off to the left. Far to the left? Yep.
Grove traffic
Grove traffic.
Bravo Alpha departing 07, staying in the pattern Grove.
Grove traffic,
Climb coming in.
7274 Golf.
Reaching up a little bit.
Final Grove.
Final 7 Grove.
Traffic, Aero 3574 Quebec, turning a 3 mile final, 35, full stop, Flexman.
Go Heat traffic, Cessna 13461 is on an extended left base for 33.
There should be an overlook over here.
A what?
There should be like a
traffic, Super Chub 332, circling the field 1200.
lookout point. Okay. It's really mesmerizing to see all the trees at roughly the same level, right?
To runway 7.
And we're at 4,000 feet.
Yeah,
and we're almost at height with some of these mountains.
Doing a right crosswind departure to the west, 1 more. Grove traffic,
We'll level off
Icon
here.
7 Bravo Alpha, crosswind 07 Grove.
Back to 23. Has Sandra flown with you before? Yeah, I took her down to a conference.
Southwest area 5 Delta Sierra 3000, just east of Woodland, maneuvering, Southwest.
A little bit too much down.
Grove traffic, Icon 7 Bravo Alpha, downwind 07 Grove. Okay, traffic 7 go. It's clear.
What do you think?
This is awesome. The trees are really cool. Just like the mountain over there,
Grove
that's
traffic back.
just mesmerizing.
Traffic, Cessna 13461, John Rand.
Now I'm just watching, making sure everything stays normal,
Keep
keeping an eye on traffic, listening for traffic.
Why is this so cold?
Because it's 40 degrees outside. So we can always take a look and see. And if the engine starts running rough while I do that, then I know I have some ice in the carburetor. But it didn't do anything, so we're good. I can leave it where it was.
All right. For some reason, I've never like seen this many trees before.
No?
No. It's awesome.
Climb up a little bit more.
Grove traffic back 1188, turn left crosswind.
So now we're just following the river?
Yeah, we'll just follow the river for a while. Open these a little bit.
456, Quebec, about 10 miles to the west of Cascade Lock, 5,500 eastbound.
It's a cloudless day. Well, almost cloudless. How high does Mount Hood get to?
Linear traffic, Cambridge,
I think it's like 9,000, 10,000.
10,000 feet?
Yep. And since there's nobody really around us, I'm not really going to talk to anybody because not really say
Grow
anything.
traffic, TAC 1288.
But
is
Josh is
towards
down
Cross
here.
End,
That's
to the
Josh.
north. Grow traffic.
Where? Oh,
Right
I see
here.
him. So he's behind us.
Yep.
We just level off.
No, I'm trying to get us up to 5,500.
We're at 460.
4,600, yep.
Linear traffic, Amber to 345 Golf Bravo is left 8, turning final runway 02 left heart.
$15 gallons an hour. Bring that back a little bit.
What is this right here?
That's the cowl flaps that are on the nose to let the engine cool off. So I'm watching the temperatures of the cylinders over here on this little dial.
It's surprising how fast we're going.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing 120 climbing up, so.
What do you think that really big mountain is over there? You can barely see it.
It's Mount Jefferson.
And, okay. And we're in Oregon right now?
We're like right on the border, but yeah, I mean, Oregon's good enough.
That's an interesting little valley over there.
Yeah.
Surrounded by mountains.
All right, so we'll bring
Fairways
the power
traffic,
back.
RP is entering left downwind fairways, full stop.
Level off here. Throttle prop mixture, that can come out a little bit more. Start sipping on the fuel instead of drinking it.
Yep.
12.5, 12.4. What do you think? All right, so now you can see Mount Rainier. So we got Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, Mount Adams. And then Hood, Jefferson. And then beyond Jefferson is
Center left downwind fairways, full stop.
Three Sisters, and then Mount Bachelor, and then Mount Shasta.
Yeah. I didn't think there would be this much snow in March.
There normally isn't. A little bit of thermals, but nothing bad.
So we're still slowly gaining some.
Yep, so I'm going
altitude.
to level off again. So what I can do is get to about here, and then I can hold my altitude button. And now it'll keep me at,
RV turning left base, fairway, full stop.
Will hold us at this altitude.
yeah, it's going to rise and dip a little bit while it hunts for the trim, but you'll see this start moving by itself.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just barely creeping forward and backwards.
It's interesting.
It's never going to be completely perfect.
Yep. It's kind of cool how you can see the river currents.
That's the wind blowing on the river.
No, like how you can literally see the current. Like there's a little bit of a light spot and a dark spot in it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. Josh is really just chasing us.
How close is he?
He's about 4 miles behind us. That's this ring. Yeah, we got a thermal there, and the autopilot is trying to correct for the thermal, so it put us in a little bit of a dive there.
Your plane is faster than Josh's, right?
Yeah, that's not his plane. That's one of the school planes.
That's the one I flew in, right?
No.
It isn't. Oh.
No. I forget how to turn off. I know I just want heading, but I don't know how to get rid of. The only way I know how to do it is to turn it off, then turn it back on again.
Huh. Is this farmland out here?
A lot of it is. So that's Hood River off to the right. That's where the examiner that came out to meet me for my exam, he lives out here.
Wait, where's Hood River?
This whole city. It's called Hood River.
Oh, I was looking for a river. So he lives out here?
He does. And yesterday he flew to see Rob. See where that big white building is down there?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's the airport.
I think the airport's right here.
Closer than that?
Yeah, if you just tilt the wing, you can see it. Yeah, that is the airport.
Oh, I see the airport. Yep, you're right. So that day that I flew out here by myself, I flew all the way out to the Dalles, which is what we can do, we just won't land there.
Okay.
So it's on the other side of the
Little Bend.
hill there, and it goes around the river and it sits on the north side, so it's actually in Washington. And then you can see all the windmills on the far horizon.
Oh, yeah.
And then we are right over, this is White Salmon to the left. There's a city over here called White Salmon. There's a lot of homes that sit up on the ridge line. And then a lot of kiteboarders and kite surfers come out here.
To do the river?
Yep,
What is the river called?
Columbia.
The Columbian River. I'm guessing this river right here is just the wash off from Mount Hood.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know what that river's called.
You hit a thermal.
I did.
It's really interesting how there's a lot of snow in one part, and then how there's not too much snow in another part and are roughly the same altitude.
You'd be surprised at how quickly it falls off over there.
Really?
Yep.
Is this the plane?
That is a plane. It's 3,800 feet below us. So it's going to be way down there. And it's probably coming out of like a little grass strip. It's going to be more north of us than...
Straight down?
Yep.
When I was out with Josh, I noticed how hard it was to find planes. Like, me and him, when we would be looking for planes when we were over in Scappoose.
Yep.
And they'd be within 2 miles of us, and they'd be heading towards us, so we still could not find them until they were like maybe a mile away.
It depends on a lot of things. Like if there's haze in the air, it'll be difficult to see them.
Yeah, but it's just surprising how hard it is, because I'm expecting something bigger, but really they're extremely small.
Yeah. Well, they're not big airplanes.
Yep. It does not feel like we're going east right now. It feels like we're going almost south.
Why?
I don't know. For some reason, this just feels south. Like this feels towards California, but it is not. It's the
Well, where's the sun?
sun is. I don't know. I think it's roughly behind us. Yeah,
I mean,
behind
we're
us.
on a 080 track, and this is pretty much 080 right there.
So yeah, behind us.
So you can just start to see the Dalles down there. There's as the river does the big loop, the runway goes like this way and that way.
It's kind of like cross in an
Yep.
A.
Yep. You have the runway in sight?
Yep. I see the hangars as well. Have you landed there?
I have. And it's actually a place that we can fly out and have breakfast, and there's a little cafe right there on the airport.
So like on a Saturday, you could like fly out in the morning and land there, eat some breakfast, and fly back.
Yep.
Isn't that what the guy earlier came and was talking about?
I don't... Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
He was talking about a couple other airports that are further south. A little bit of wind. Nothing to be afraid of.
Yep. I'll go off your reaction. If you seem concerned, then I'll start being concerned. But if you're not concerned,
There you go.
there's a lot of windmills. Holy.
Yep. And what we'll do is we'll fly out along the river, and then we'll turn around and head back to the airport.
Okay.
If we start feeling more bumps like that, I'll just slow the plane down, and that will keep us within kind of the performance capabilities of the airplane and stay safe.
Yeah. Is your plane right now an autopilot?
It is.
So right now it's just following the dotted line?
No, it's following this little orange dot.
Is the dotted line the border?
The dotted line is the border between Washington and Oregon, yes. So when I took Sandra to a conference, it was down this valley, probably about another 40 minutes or so. So watch when I turn this bug. and then it'll head over towards that heading, and then it'll level off. Not sure why we're dropping altitude. I think we got a big sink.
What's a sink?
It's a reverse of a thermal.
Oh. Oh yeah, we lost a lot of altitude.
So on the way back, I'm going to climb up to 6,500.
Okay.
It looks like Josh is going into the Dalles.
So they're probably gonna land there and then come back.
Yep,
Do you think he's with a student?
he is with the student. Yep. He's probably going to head in there and land. If I switched over to another radio frequency, we could probably hear him.
So right now I'm guessing we're way out of range for the Grove frequency.
Correct.
How far away are we from Grove?
Probably about 45 miles. Because
Really?
this airport, actually it's a little bit more than 45 miles. This airport's 52 miles.
It does not feel like we're that went quick.
Yep. I mean, we're doing 130 miles an hour.
Yeah, we don't have to follow windy roads. We can just go in a straight shot.
Yep. So, open that. Gonna climb up. Reaching up a little bit. Props coming forward so we can get that climb going. And then I just want to make sure that this doesn't get below like 110.
What's your airspeed?
It is.
What's your stalling speed?
Below the white arc. So I have to keep putting fuel or power in because it keeps dropping as we go up.
So what if we're at a certain altitude? Do you still have to keep that power, or can you level off your power a little bit so you're not going too fast and burning up that much fuel?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to come out here and start my turn. I'm going to turn, and it's just going to bring us back around as I climb up.
Is that a dam right there?
It is a dam. And then we'll head back to Grove at a much higher altitude.
Are you looking for Josh?
I am. Could probably switch over to, let's see, what's the frequency here? 123? Probably be able to hear him now.
It's surprising when you
And I have
turn.
them in sight.
Where are they?
They're gonna fly right below us here in a second. You might not be able to see them until...
Are they like down?
Correct. So, here, I'll get this turn going a little bit more, and then they'll be right below us here in a second. They should be kind of off below.
Oh, I see them. Yep. Oh yeah, when I flew here from PHX, we passed multiple planes, and it was really cool to see how fast we were actually going.
Yeah.
Because they were, bam, they were there and then they were gone.
Yeah, see how they're 5,200 feet below us?
Yeah. But yeah, they were.
South traffic, sailing 56 Quebec, entering west downwind, runway 7, low approach only. South traffic.
Is this frost
No,
or just a scratch?
it's a scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not seeing any icing, which is good.
The temp is at 19.
So here, we'll pull that out. not really feeling any rougher,
So it's fine.
so that's fine. And we'll lean out a little bit.
South traffic, Skyline 56, Quebec, west base, present, full approach only, south traffic.
All right, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit because I want to get down to 6,500. And then I'm gonna go find Grove. There's the airport, so I'm gonna go in here. It's gonna take a while to get there, it is. And then we're gonna go direct to, enter, activate.
South traffic, 56, Quebec.
So the one click, and then that's the direction we need to fly to get back to Grove.
Thermal?
Yeah, something. So we need these two numbers to line up. So I need to be on a 250, right?
Traffic, jet 47 Tango, midfield, 5,500 westbound, left teardrop, right traffic, 167.
Gonna bring us back down to 6,500. Then we can close our flaps. Fly off a little bit to the, just follow the river.
Yep. The Grove is kind of over there.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead west of us. But
Yeah.
we need to fly around kind of some terrain to get over there.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna reduce our speed a little bit. Get bounced around up here. Descend a little bit too.
This one was kind of fun.
South traffic, 56 Quebec, departing the area to the west. South traffic.
Get down to 4,500. Wow. All right, so that'll ease off some of that. I wonder if it was just some rough spots that we were in.
What makes rough spots?
It's all about the movement of the air over the land and how it collides with cold and warm air. So if it's cold, it wants to sink. If it's hot, it wants to go up. And those are going to make things want to move. So if it's hot back there, all the cold air is going to want to kind of move into that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll level off here for a little bit. Wasn't too bad. Oh.
You just never turned this on?
It's on. I just
Oh.
don't use it. I don't like it.
You just use that instead?
Correct.
What are your snowy months up here where you get snow in Vancouver?
Typically it is December through March.
So that's means Mount St. Helens. That's James. What's the one in the back?
1 second. I want to listen to traffic around here. So the one there is Mount St. Helens. The one in the very back is called Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier looks like
Rainier.
Rainier?
Rainier with an N.
Rainier. That one looks like a shadow of James. Is that what it's called?
Jefferson?
Jefferson.
Oh, that's Mount Adams. Jefferson's behind, off to our south.
Yeah. It looks like a shadow from Mount Jefferson.
Huh.
Or Adams.
.2,000
feet below us, so they should be
traffic, 54 Echoes 3 to the northwest, planning on a left base entry for 7. Hood River.
So we're at 5,900 feet.
Correct. I'm just bringing us up a little bit. He's landing down there. That's what you just heard. So I just wanted to make sure I had him on traffic.
For traffic, Public State 8136, pump is cruising 4,500, about 4 miles from the west of the airport. We'll be transitioning west to Knoll.
So those guys are all talking about landing at the airport to the 9 o'clock?
Correct.
Okay. How do I put this down?
Straight.
For Echo left base 7, Hood River.
Base for 7. Let's see if I can spot him.
What is this bar down here for?
Rain, but we don't really have any right now, so we can turn that off. Oops, not that one. Turn off radar. Goes away.
Oh.
125 Charlie Lima is just outside, south side of the field, 1,700.
So this is supposed to be where it is, just kind of sitting in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, we've got fuel gauges that look good. Suction's still good. Carb heat, again, we can test that, make sure it rises up. If there's any roughness, no roughness, push that back in.
This plane only uses one fuel tank at a time, right? So it switches off. You can
No, it's
select.
set to both,
Oh,
so I can switch back and forth.
Yep. Those are the power lines. Power lines that go all the way
To Grove.
How far do they go?
I don't know, I've never followed them all the way out.
Yeah, so you can just follow those all the way to Grove.
Yep,
Pretty
we can see
sure,
them
yeah,
go
you-
over the hill.
Yep.
Yep. And so what I'm looking for is when this says about, 10 miles out, then I'll start talking to them. So now I can, oops, not that one.
Sportsman traffic, helicopter 949, Kilo Echo, 2 mile final, 17, number 2, Sportsman.
So where we're going is here.
Yep.
So if I do direct to, that's the path that I need to take to get there.
So pretty much the exact same as this one?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so I need to turn off just a little bit off to the left.
Are these nurseries down here?
I have no idea. What do you see?
There's just a bunch of, like a cutout, like a flat cutout area with a bunch of tiny trees that look like Christmas trees, so I'm guessing it's a nursery.
Nice.
Yep. It's really cool just to see all the trees that they're all roughly the exact same height.
Yeah.
It looks like just a big blanket.
Kind of does look like a big blanket.
Huh. Power lines take a 90-degree turn and go that way and then keep going that way.
Well, they probably have to get around some big terrain. And
Oh yeah, there's massive cliffs over here. That makes sense. And they also split off right here. One goes that way, and the other one goes that way. Interesting.
menu, change fields, enter, waypoint.
What is
First
that?
traffic, United 693, right crosswind departure, 1,200, climbing, heading west, left off.
What's the
About
MS?
to be vertical speed required. Sure. Okay, so when that gets to minus 500, I want to start my descent.
What's the MSG blinking yellow mean?
That means there's a message of some sort.
Set course.
And it's set course because it wants me to get over onto that magenta line.
Yep.
So if I do enter, direct to, enter, enter, now it's going to be fine. It's not going to have the same error message.
Okay.
And really what I'm doing is I'm just watching, listening, looking to see if there's any traffic along the gorge. There really isn't, so there's no point in me like talking the whole time.
Just seems like there's 1 or 2, 3 planes
Now we
in
got
front of us.
Josh behind us, about 4 miles, 1,000 feet below, or no, 1,000 feet above us.
So you said 7,000 roughly?
78517, we're to the north, entering upwind for 20 landmark.
How do you talk to the other pilots?
There's a button on the yoke. How about we do this? Push that up a little bit.
This is so much fun. Oh, that's cool over there, how it looks like the tree line is perfectly stopped.
Yep.
By the power lines. Can you see all the blank area to the right? That's a cool photo.
I don't know what do you mean by the blank area to the right?
With no trees, well, the baby trees.
That's probably where they harvest.
Because it looks like they cut everything down, except the ones that they can't that are kind of in like a river, and then they're regrowing some. So I'm your first passenger as a licensed pilot.
Correct.
Nice.
So we're going to get a descent starting, so we're getting close to 500 feet a minute. So I've got a little bit more than 300 now. I don't want to come down too quickly as we get over there.
So which one's accurate?
I don't know what you mean. Everything's accurate.
So this one says we're going at just under 500 feet a minute. And
No.
this one,
That's what's required to get down to the airport altitude.
Traffic, helicopter 9492 Echo left.
So that
base
means
to
we're
final
480.
17 rapid descent.
That's what we need to be going to get down to that.
Correct.
And this is our down.
Vertical descent.
Yep. Left down, 20 limit.
They're about 20 miles out.
20 nautical miles.
Yep. And then if I bring this back just a little bit, we're going to stay right there at 490.
What's the difference from nautical and normal miles?
There's a distance of about 0.2 or 0.15, and it's just a different unit of measurement.
Okay. Lenhart traffic, RV 412 Romeo Victor inbound from the northwest, heading in for 45, 3 miles
That's
for
a
left
cool
traffic,
cliff.
runway 2, Lenhart.
Traffic 517 left base 20 limit final ground.
84.
So there's another dam over here. They're called the Cascade Locks.
Cascade Locks?
L-O-C-K-E-S. Yes, Cascade Locks.
What's the, I forget, there was, I think you watched this guy on YouTube. It starts with a V, and he goes around explaining things like scientific things of gravitational, but he
Cascade
did,
Locks traffic, helicopter life flight 6, 5 miles to the east, transition westbound through the gorge, 1,500.
he mentioned
Cascade Locks.
he mentioned something on, oh crap, I just lost my train of, oh, how in the past, to lower and raise a boat, like let's say there was 2 rivers and it was on a really steep,
Traffic, helicopter 9492 Echo, turning left base to final 17, Sportsman.
it was on a really steep incline that boats, if they went down, they'd crash and fall apart. So what they did is they built a dam so the boat could go on, and then they could drain the water from the dam, and then they could open up the gates, and then they could go. What are
That's
those?
called a lock.
Oh, so that's what those were?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what those looked like, but I wasn't too sure. Ooh, give me some tummy tickles. Have you gotten used to all the tickles?
Traffic, RV 412 Romeo
Yeah.
Victor, turning left base, runway 2 for the pavement on Lenhart.
My voice crack.
Lenhart traffic, RV, you're on 2 or 20? I was on 2 based on which way Aurora was landing, but are you guys all landing on 20?
Currently 20, yeah.
All right, I'll switch to the other side.
Lenhart traffic, Aranca 84756. 0, Lenhart.
So
So,
about 15 miles out. When I get to about 10, I'm going to let everybody know over at Grove that we're coming in.
okay. So this is your carbon monoxide monitors, this is?
This is, but that's a backup.
Okay.
So these are the power lines that we're going to follow.
Okay. And Grove is probably just a little bit to the left of the power lines?
Correct, but it's over the ridge line where, see Green Mountain is the dump, the furthest little bump that you see back there?
Yep.
Skyhawk 5107 Hotel is Lenhart traffic, RV 412 Romeo Victor, left downwind 20, Lenhart.
Down 20, Lenhart.
Can you see Grove from here?
No. Yeah, I mean I can, but I'm not going to be able to tell you where it is.
Is it right there?
Green Mountain is the dump, or
Yep.
the bump. To the left of that, you see those 2 little swatches. Yep, that's the airport.
Okay. I see it. What is the suction?
It's for this one, and this one.
Okay.
Leonard traffic, RV 2 Romeo Victor left.
Good sync there.
Leonard.
Oh yeah.
Salmon Grove traffic, Cub 21851 over Green Mountain. Shall plan to enter the upwind for runway 7, left traffic from over Laxus Lake.
Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, 10 miles east of the field, inbound for 7, Grove.
So do you use this mic button but on yours to...
Correct. There's a button, like right here for you, or...
It's right there. The steering wheel.
Close traffic, left 20 Leonard. Leonard traffic, RV2 Romeo Victor, short final 20 on the pavement, Leonard.
Alright, I'm gonna take off the in autopilot.
Why does it have to beep so much?
It's just what it does.
Radio check, please.
5x5, radio check.
What was the radio check for?
Somebody needed somebody to confirm that their radio was working.
Oh, that you were doing it.
I'm gonna stay a little bit high until we clear this next ridge, and then we'll start coming down a little bit faster. So once we get close to Grove, we're gonna be down to about 1,200. That's our traffic pattern altitude.
Kilo Echo, upwind 17, right crosswind departure to the west.
And we're just gonna stay on the power lines.
When is the next time you're gonna call in for?
Probably about 5 miles out.
And what, we're 5.5 miles out by now?
Yep.
Traffic helicopter 949, Kilo Echo, 4 miles southeast of the field, 800 feet inbound, Shale. Road traffic, Cub 851 over Laxus Lake, we'll turn on the upwind and make left traffic for 07 Grove Field.
Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, 4 miles east of the field, inbound 25 Grove.
How do you say your call, Sky?
362
Traffic,
Papa Charlie.
50 Lima, 4 miles.
There's an N in it, isn't there?
You don't have to say that.
Entering the downwind runway 20 out of 45. Channel traffic, helicopter 949, Kilo Echo, 3 miles east of the field, 1,000 inbound, Channel.
Oh, I'm on the wrong power lines.
84756, left.
See the airport over there?
20, ground, Lenhart.
That was funny.
It's been a while since I've come over here. Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, 2 mile 45, left 7 traffic, Grove.
Salem traffic, Archer 598, about 3 miles to the west. We're going to be flying over Pittsfield to the east, 2,400, Salem.
Alright, gas, undercarriage, mixture's going full rich, prop to come, carb heat will come out.
East, Grove.
Departing.
Traffic, up 21851 is turning left crosswind for runway 07 Grove Field.
Alright, well, I guess we'll do a 360 here. Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, we'll do a 360 out here, wait for traffic to get on the downwind. Grove.
851, turning down 1, we'll make a short approach, thanks.
So there's just 2 planes that flew past us?
No, one was taking off. I've got both in sight, so we're good.
Yeah, I think there's another plane to your 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's the one that's landing, then there's another one that's taking off.
Okay. Because I did see one up in the air that was coming, I think, towards us, but we altered course.
Lenhart, yeah, radio check, good, Lenhart. Traffic, 84756, left base, turning final, runway 20, grass, Lenhart, full stop.
Traffic, Cub 851, turn in final, landing in the grass, runway 7 at Grove Field.
Okay. We're gonna come all the way around and then come back down again.
Cessna 50 Lima is
We're gonna be
making a right
landing
360
to the
from
west.
the downwind at Lenhart for positioning 50 Lima.
Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, 2 mile, 45, left traffic, 7, Grove. Okay.
Grove traffic, Cessna 61338 is 2.5 miles to the southeast. I'll be joining the left crosswind, runway 7, Grove.
Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, left downwind, 7, Grove. All right, quiet please. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, full ridge, all our lights are on. Runway's in sight. Pop up a little bit. Carpet comes out. Power back to 12.
10 miles northwest.
Prop goes forward. First notch flaps. Alright. Carb heats out. Looking for 90. There's 90. Get our descent going. We're going to do 2 notches of flaps because of the winds. Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, left base 7, Grove. Okay. That should put us out where we need to be. Landing on 7. Right on glide slope.
Cub 851 taxiing across the departure into runway 7 and clearing the runway this time.
Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, final 7, Grove.
Grove traffic, Cessna 338 left crosswind, 7, Grove.
You have traffic in sight. Look at them right straight ahead, top of the airport. See them? Okay. All right. Trim for that. 500 feet. Touch of power to keep that descent from coming down too fast. Hands off. Quiet, please. Okay, runway is made.
Traffic record 435 is over center field.
Not really a squeaker, but
338 left downwind, 7 full stop, Grove.
But look at how much more runway we have.
Nice job.
Thank you, sir. Flaps come up. Leave the mixture where it is.
Did we hit a suck back there?
A sink?
A sink?
Yeah, did you feel it?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I don't think that was according to plan.
You have to adjust to it.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna pull over, have a stop at the tanks, make sure Rob has enough. Actually, I don't need to do that tonight. There's plenty of fuel in there.
Why do you pull back on the yoke when you do a sharper turn?
Grove traffic 338 left base, 7, Grove.
Grove traffic, 2 Papa Charlie clear, 7 Grove. Okay, we're back on the ground. Bow flaps come open, Trim for takeoff, mixture can come out. Props full forward, carb heat can go off. We'll take off our landing lights, we'll take off our strobe, take off our tip lights. Primer's in and locked, we're on 7. Squawk VFR. Flaps, carb heat, cowl, strobe, landing light, taxi, pitot, trim, squawk. We'll watch them come in, see how quickly they sink, if they do. Winds have calmed down quite a bit this morning. Yeah, see the little rock there, and he dropped quite a bit?
Yep. So is the sink, I'm guessing the sink is normally always there?
Usually right after you clear the trees here, you'll get a pretty good sink.
And that's on pretty much both sides?
More so on this side because it's much more of a wall. Over here you have the trailer park, so it's a little bit less.
I see.
This guy's name is Mike.
He's got 3 planes in there.
Does.
Are these also his? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 planes in that one hangar. Oh my lord.
Road traffic, Skyhawk 75 Tango, 2 miles to the north, maneuvering 45 to the left, downwind runway 07. Correct.
Is this snow right here?
Where?
Just white stuff on the ground. It looks like snow.
I don't see any snow anywhere.
Well, it's behind us now, but... Oh, well, I can't see it anymore either. Huh.
Okay. Lights coming on. Nobody's on final, nobody's on base. Grove traffic, Skylane 362 Papa Charlie, crossing midfield on the ground. 7 Grove. Grove traffic, 362 Papa Charlie, clear. 7 Grove.
Road traffic, Skyhawk 75 Tango, turning downwind, runway 07. Correct.
So we should see him pop up somewhere over here.
Why do you pull back on the yoke when you make those sharp turns?
It puts more power or pressure on the nose wheel, and the nose wheel is what's turning us.
Don't you want to push forward then?
No, because I pull back and it lifts the tail.
Oh, I see.
All right. We're back.
Road traffic, Skyhawk 75 Tango, left base for runway 07. Grove.
Okay.
Welcome home. Take the seatbelt off. Is the back seat have seatbelts?